What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the top 20 fantasy players for the 2021 NHL season. This is the final installment of our top 100 list, and I will break down the best 20 players for this upcoming season. Before we get started, let's hop over to our player of the day. In this segment, I will give you a random stat that's associated with a player, and in the comment section below, it is your job to figure out who that player is. The random stat today is, since 2018, this player has been lights out on the power play, leading all defensemen with 60 power play points. Who is this player? Leave your answers in the comment section below. Just a reminder to our viewers, in this video, I am using default Yahoo Points League for the scoring and the projections. The scoring is as followed. Goals are worth 6, assists are worth 4, each shot is worth 0.9, each block is worth 1, and each special team point is worth 2. For goaltenders, wins are worth 5, each goal against is worth -3, saves are 0.6, and shutouts are worth 5. Without further ado, here is our top 100 players for this fantasy season. Starting off this list at number 20, we have Sebastian Aho of the Carolina Hurricanes. The Finnish center has been impressive since he joined the league in 2016. Throughout his 4-year tenure, Aho has only missed 5 total games, and in that time, he scored 263 points in 310 games. Aho has stepped up his game in his 3rd and 4th season, where he was well over a point per game with the Hurricanes. He plays on the first line and the top power play unit and should see over 20 minutes a night this season. Our projection for Aho is 25 goals, 30 assists, 167 shots, 20 blocks, and 16 special team points. The next player on our list, coming in at number 19, we have Brayden Point of the Tampa Bay Lightning. Point was the talk of the playoffs last year, where he led the league in goals with 14 to go along with his 33 points. Point's production went down last year after coming off of a 92-point season the year before. Although linemate Nikita Kucherov is injured this season, Point should still see time on the top line with Steven Stamkos as well as the top power play unit. Our projection for Point this season is 25 goals, 35 assists, 128 shots, 28 blocks, and 18 special team points. Coming in at number 18, we have Roman Josi of the Nashville Predators. Josi is fresh off of his Norris season, where he led his team in points as a defenseman. Josi was great last year, scoring 65 points in 68 games, along with 260 shots and over 100 blocks. The 30-year-old is showing no signs of regression and will provide fantasy owners with points in every single category. In some leagues, you can look to take Josi as the top defenseman, and he is an easy pairing in the second round if you draft a forward in the first round. Our projection for Josi this season is 11 goals, 34 assists, 198 shots, 94 blocks, and 13 special team points. Brad Marchand is the next player on our list, coming in at number 17. Marchand has been lights out over the last 4 years, where he ranks 5th for points in that span with 270 in 227 games. Marchand also provides fantasy owners with tons of special team points, where he had 31 last season and 41 the season before. We should expect to see some regression from Marchand this season, given the offseason surgery and the injury to linemate David Pastrnak. With that aside, our projection for Marchand this season is 24 goals, 46 assists, 154 shots, 14 blocks, and 23 special team points. Up next at number 16, we have John Tavares of the Toronto Maple Leafs. The Stars center has had consistent production over the course of his career, ranking top 15 for points over the last 4 seasons. Tavares also has extremely high shot volume. He has not been below 250 shots in a full season since 2013. Playing on the second line with linemate William Nylander, along with the top power play unit, Tavares should see plenty of opportunity this season to put up points. The Leafs will be one of the highest scoring teams in the league this year, and that only benefits Tavares. Our projection for him this season is 28 goals, 29 assists, 186 shots, 32 blocks, and 16 special team points. Player number 15 on our list is Mikko Rantanen of the Colorado Avalanche. The former 10th overall pick is entering his 5th season with the Avalanche, where he'll play alongside Nathan MacKinnon and Gabriel Landeskog. Together, this line has been the most productive line in hockey alongside Boston's top line. Rantanen is also a force on the dangerous Colorado power play, putting up 47 power play points in the last 2 seasons. The 24-year-old has tremendous upside this year. It could potentially be a top 10 player next season. Our projection for Rantanen this year is 24 goals, 38 assists, 145 shots, 31 blocks, and 23 special team points. The next player on our list and the top defenseman on our list comes in at number 14, and this is John Carlson of the Washington Capitals. Carlson has benefited from quarterbacking the top power play unit, where he is consistently feeding Ovi the puck in his office. He leads all defensemen in points over the last 2 seasons with 145 in 149 games, and he is second in power play points with 59. The only category Carlson lacks in is the shot production, but his points are enough for him to be the number 1 fantasy defenseman this season. Our projection for Carlson is 10 goals, 44 assists, 140 shots, 102 blocks, and 22 special team points. Evgeny Malkin is the next player on our list at number 13. Malkin does possess the risk of missing games given his injury history. He still has tremendous point upside though. Malkin has been generational talent since joining the league in 2016 and is very likely to end up in the Hall of Fame. With that aside, it is hard to predict injuries in a shortened season, so this ranking is based off of the assumption that Malkin stays healthy the entire year. Malkin is a force on the power play, along with 5-on-5, and he has the opportunity to lead the league in points every season. Our projection for Malkin is 21 goals, 46 assists, 163 shots, 25 blocks, and 23 special team points. Coming in at number 12 in the top goaltender on our list is Andrei Vasilevskiy. Vaz is entering his 5th season as the number 1 goalie for the Tampa Bay Lightning, and in that span of time, his record is 141, 58, and 17. The Lightning are a Stanley Cup contending team once again this season, and Vaz will look to have another extremely strong season. He provides fantasy owners with an outstanding win potential, a strong save percentage, and strong goals against average numbers. Our projection for Vaz this season is 25 wins, a 247 goals against average, and a 921 save percentage. The next player on our list at number 11 is Patrick Kane of the Chicago Blackhawks. Now, there are injuries in the Blackhawks lineup, but we still think that Kane has the skill to compete for a top 10 fantasy player this season. Kane has only missed 1 game over the last 4 years, and in that span, he has 359 points in 315 games. Kane's shot volume has also increased over the last few years, and last season, he averaged just around 4 shots per game. With health not being a concern, and the points plus the shot upside, Kane has solidified a spot at number 11 on our list. Our projection for Kane this season is 29 goals, 43 assists, 228 shots, 14 blocks, and 20 special team points. Leading off the top 10 players for this fantasy season, we have Sidney Crosby. Sid is the best player we've seen in years, and his fantasy production has been nothing short of great. Crosby has been over a point per game every single season of his career, and there are no signs pointing to regression this season. Although Crosby dealt with some injuries last year, he has not played less than 75 games since 2012. Assuming Crosby is healthy this season, he should have another fantastic year, putting up over a point per game and scoring plenty of points on the special teams. Our projection for Crosby this season is 24 goals, 45 assists, 153 shots, 28 blocks, and 21 special team points. Coming in at number 9 this year is Mika Zibanejad of the New York Rangers. Zib put up a quiet 30-goal, 70-point campaign in 2018, and there was little to no hype surrounding him. Last season, Zib put on a show, scoring 41 goals and 75 points in just 57 games. 41 goals in 57 games? That's a 58-goal pace in a full season. Pretty amazing. Along with his goal numbers, Zib had 32 special team points and over 200 shots. Again, all of this in only 57 games. The final note on Zib is that he played over 21 minutes a game last season, up from 20 the year prior. Our projection for Zib this season is 29 goals, 31 assists, 180 shots, 46 blocks, and 23 special team points. The 8th best player for this upcoming fantasy season is Steven Stamkos of the Tampa Bay Lightning. Stamkos has been frustrating at times for fantasy owners, but he is still an elite goal scorer on one of the best offensive teams in hockey. With Kucherov hurt, Stamkos should move up to the first line with Point and Palat. He has already solidified himself on the top power play unit, where their main focus is to give him the puck for a one-timer. A healthy Stamkos provides fantasy owners with high goal upside, plenty of special team points, and lots of shots. Our projection for Stamkos this season is 30 goals, 36 assists, 165 shots, 31 blocks, and 24 special team points. Coming in at number 7, we have Jack Eichel of the Buffalo Sabres. The former second overall pick has been a one-man show in Buffalo since joining the team in 2015. He never flashed his true goal potential until last season, where he scored 36 goals in 68 games. Buffalo acquired Taylor Hall in the offseason to give Eichel some help up front. The two have outstanding speed and should complement each other well. Eichel last season played over 22 minutes a night on the top line and the top power play unit, only adding to the fact that he was the main source of their entire offense. To add to his goal production, Eichel is one of the highest shot volume producers on our list, and this should only continue into this season. Our projection for Eichel this year is 25 goals, 37 assists, 205 shots, 36 blocks, and 21 special team points. At number 6, we have Alexander Ovechkin of the Washington Capitals. Ovi has been a goal-scoring machine for the entirety of his career, revolutionizing the game forever with his infamous office on the power play. Ovi has led the league in goals all but one season since 2012, and last season he scored 48 goals in just 68 games, on pace for 58, which wouldn't even be a career high for him. Ovi has never been below 300 shots in a full season at any point in his career, and last season he averaged 4.8 shots per game. For the cherry on top, Ovechkin has only missed more than 4 games in one season, and this was in 2009. He is an extremely safe pick in the draft and provides fantasy owners with a limitless goal and shot upside. Our projection for Ovi this season is 37 goals, 21 assists, 244 shots, 27 blocks, and 17 special team points. The first player in our top 5 is Artemi Panarin of the New York Rangers. Panarin put on a show last season and was in the conversation for the Hart Trophy the entire year. The 29-year-old had 95 points in just 69 games, including 24 on the power play. We should see another strong season from the Rangers, with Panarin leading the way for the offense. Who Panarin plays with this season is a question mark at this point, but there is a chance we could see him with recent first overall pick, Alexis Lafreniere. Panarin is one of the most exciting players in real life and in fantasy, and he should be taken as early as you can grab him. Our projection for Panarin this season is 25 goals, 50 assists, 154 shots, 13 blocks, and 20 special team points. Coming in at number 4, we have Austin Matthews of the Toronto Maple Leafs. Matthews is the next great goal scorer in the game, and he is only entering his 5th season. Since joining the league, Matthews has 158 goals and 285 points in just 282 games. The biggest beneficiary for Matthews going into this season is he is now a lock to see over 20 minutes time on ice per night. When the Leafs fired coach Mike Babcock and brought in Sheldon Keefe, Matthews' minutes went from 18 per night to over 21 minutes per night. His production increased significantly as he saw his best season of his career, scoring 47 goals in 70 games. Injury is a concern for Matthews, but given his goal production and potential this season, he's hard to pass up at the 4th pick and beyond. Our projection for him this season is 36 goals, 30 assists, 233 shots, 52 blocks, and 20 special team points. Third best player in fantasy for this season is Leon Draisaitl of the Edmonton Oilers. Draisaitl was unstoppable last season, and many people think that his production strains from teammate Connor McDavid. Although Edmonton does move their lines around very often, Draisaitl played over 300 minutes with teammate Ryan Nugent-Hopkins and Kyler Yamamoto. Together, they were extremely productive. Draisaitl was also a force on the power play, scoring 16 goals and 44 points. This season shouldn't be anything different for the 2019 Hart winner, as the Oilers are looking good once again. Draisaitl should be right at the top for production again this year, and our projection for him this season is 34 goals, 44 assists, 164 shots, 16 blocks, and 27 special team points. The second best player in fantasy this season is Connor McDavid of the Edmonton Oilers. Now, this rank may cause some controversy, but you have to keep in mind that the scoring system benefits players who score and shoot more often. McDavid's shot production is still above average, but it is not high enough for us to project his points as the top fantasy player this season. With that aside, McDavid is generational talent and shouldn't be taken anywhere after the second pick in any league. Since joining the league 5 years ago, McDavid has put up 469 points in 351 games, with 3 100-point seasons, on pace for his 4th last year before the season was cancelled. We could talk about his success and his future forever, but this video would be way too long. His projection for this season is 29 goals, 54 assists, 178 shots, 19 blocks, and 30 special team points. The best player for this fantasy season is Nathan MacKinnon of the Colorado Avalanche. MacKinnon has been an absolute force the last 3 years, putting up 289 points in 225 games. His shot production has been unmatched. He led the league with 365 in 2018 and 318 last year. MacKinnon's fantasy point floor is higher than anyone's because of his insane point potential and his high shot volume. Last season, he played around 21 minutes a night on the outstanding top Colorado line and the top powerplay unit. Along with 93 points last season, he also had 12 goals and 31 points on the powerplay. Our projection for MacKinnon this season is 28 goals, 43 assists, 253 shots, 23 blocks, and 25 special team points. That'll do it for the final segment of our top 100 list. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, and if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.